Elections. Youth. PWDs. Elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders. June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals. Youth. PWDs. Elderly. It's time. Go vote your leaders. No! FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Get your favorite health tips right here on U24. Maintain your kidney by drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water each day. This can be in form of soup, tea, water, cooked grains, and boiled vegetables.
My name is Erica Murunchi and welcome to Be Inspired by Erica. So today I want to talk about personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is not just a habit, it is a way of life. By maintaining personal hygiene, you will reduce stress, improve on your focus, show respect for yourself and others around you, to the people around you. Take care of your space and your life. Keep your room tidy, wash your hands, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, brush your teeth, and many others. Take care of your space and your life. Brush your teeth, make your bed, bathe, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, and many others. Make cleanliness a habit. Personal hygiene should be a priority. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Stay blessed. Much love. Thanks for watching.
People are laughing at you. It's yet another beautiful morning, and of course you're watching U24, and today is a very beautiful morning as driving to work. But it was raining a bit in some parts of town. It did rain. Where I come from, I think we have night dancers. Banang, we never find rain, or I never see rain in Chalwajala. So I don't know. I think I need to shift. But a very, very good morning, and thank you so much for always tuning in, and thank you for always being part of this beautiful show. We do this every Saturday from 9, of course, to 10 p.m. Now, today I'm very honored and glad to host a lady. Some of you have videos we are going viral over social media. She was talking in very many languages. She talked in Ruchiga, Yagambo Murunyankore, Yagambo Murtoro. She talked in Choli. She talked in Jap. She talked in Swahili, and everyone that attended the morning conference, we call them the presses. I think they are in Naguru. Everyone was laughing about it. It's like, how does this lady have all these languages? Someone talks in Swahili, changes, talks to Jap. But anyway, today we are with her here. And the most important thing that we want to talk about is national IDs. My question will be, have you renewed your national ID? Or is your national ID renewed? Or do you still have time? She's going to answer these questions. But also, corruption at Kololo, Nira, is going beyond. Someone can sit in that line and you end up not being worked on because you have to pay someone some money so that you can go through. But she's going to be explaining all that today. And for the babies out there, I was telling her when we were walking in, I told her I have a 4-year-old. But also, do we consider single mothers that are out there who want to renew, who want, to get their children registered? But there's a lot of bureaucracy going on saying, no, if you don't have a father and this baby doesn't have a father, we're not going to register you. She's here to answer your questions. All you have to do, sit down, relax. But also you can follow us on our YouTube channels, which is at U24 Television, UG. Go onto our Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, follow this conversation on X, which is former Twitter, at U24 Television. Give us your feedback. What do you want to know about your national ID? Is your national ID renewed? Have you taken time to look at your national ID and really look at it critically and know what is needed to be renewed? Or maybe some of us have the ones that are ending 2020, 2033. But the question will be, are we ready to renew them? Or are you still sitting at home saying, Nze no yange? But she's going to be answering our questions. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Sheila. Thank you very much for having me this Saturday morning.
Well, which language would you prefer to start with? Because
that's a good one, but our viewers from wherever you're watching us in Uganda, I want to begin with the Nubians, Itakum Saba Kefin. Yes, our people from Barara, Mureiremuta, our Chiga, Murizegahi, Abaganda Mwasuze Mutia Balunji. So we are here today to discuss all issues, national ID, demystify, explain, and help you to have a seamless experience as you be unique, be identified, and be seen.
Well, Claire, my first question would be,
yes,
we have the national IDs, renewal is going on.
Yes.
I would begin with me. I am a victim. Mine ends in 2033. Other people are renewing, but recently when we're renewing national IDs, someone told me that, you should renew because then tabagenda jikiriza next year. And I asked myself, but mine is ending 2033. Why should I renew when it's going to end 2033?
Well, thank you very much, Sheila, for that question. Surprisingly, there has been a viral message going about on social media.
Yes.
I want to begin to address misinformation. Misinformation is one of the things that could actually spoil an otherwise a very good, well-intended project like this one that NIRA is undertaking. Now, the effort of this exercise is to ensure that every Ugandan, 17 million plus Ugandans, who have never registered, are registered. Okay, that's the first spirit. The second spirit is that we are renewing all IDs that have expired or are almost expiring.
So mine has not yet expired and it's not yet there. But someone told me that I need to renew it because if I don't,
yes, so this is the clarity I want to give. I want to begin by two things. And for me, this is very painful because this message is moving on social media. So it's moving among people who have a certain level of literacy, a certain level of understanding. But yet, we have a well-known designated source of information. Government, to which NIRA belongs, who is an issuer of these identification documents, is a government institute and therefore has gazetted means by which it must share information. So I want to begin by, first of all, empowering our citizens, if not helping them to call to mind. Where do you find your information about NIRA? Because that message is not from NIRA. It is not signed off. It is not designated that NIRA has issued this as a press statement. Because we have a website, worldwideweb.nira.go.ug.
Yes.
And therein we have all the pressers or press conferences that NIRA continues to make. So for me, it is alarming that someone would choose to depend on a sensational social media piece of information and then forward it forward and circulate it as though it were true. So vehemently, it is wrong.
Don't you think people take social media information as the most important information before it really comes out in public?
Agreed, but that does not mean that a wrong mechanism of communicating becomes a viable mechanism of communicating. We are on social media. We have got an X account, NIRA_UG. Yes, that's a social media handle. We are sharing accurate, correct information therein. So why do you go with the forward? When you have a social media handle, we have a YouTube page. You know, these are all social media platforms.
Do you know why people are following that information? Is because no one in NIRA has come out to tell us that this is fake information. Because some of us will go with what we see on social media. Because I, for one, I saw it, but I hesitated a little bit. But do you know how many friends of mine had already said,
yes, and I'm still coming to that. Because you see, I understand that be it as it may that now I'm guiding, sometimes it's irresistible. But I'm trying to empower and saying, do not be, dear viewer, the person that propels a message that you don't trust to be so true. Because anybody could fall for this pitfall. So I want to empower us as a country, as a people, to be a bit cautious with the way we use social media and what we share and why we share it. But be it as it may, I want to say two things in regard to that message. And this is with the view of demystifying and changing all the narratives that people had built. What makes a document valid? What makes a document valid is the expiry date on it.
Yes.
The names on that document, are they your names? Is that NIN actually your NIN? But also, who is the issuing authority? That is NIRA. And is it issued in the confines of frameworks acceptable within the laws of Uganda?
Yes.
Yes. So if that is true, and the document you have was issued by NIRA, and the details on it are a true reflection of who you are as a person, and the expiry date is ahead, that document is valid. Do not let anybody make you very uncomfortable, very anxious, making it feel like if you do not renew that old document of yours, soon they'll not accept it. But then this is the mix to it. Be it as it may that that document is valid, and we own it, and we are saying to the extent that the date on that document has not expired, no service provider, no bank, no telecom, no insurance firm,
Should reject
no
it.
social security body should reject it because the date of expiry is valid. However, in this exercise, we are saying we have improved, or we are introducing an improved card format.
Yes.
Which will now have iris and other updated technologies. Now, what is going to happen is that all the cards that are going to be produced with this new technology that we have acquired will be slightly different from the rest. And this has happened even in permits.
Yeah.
They've changed their permits
Even in
before.
passports.
Even in passports, they've changed their documents before. But it did not make the old documents invalid. It did not. They remained valid. So I want to say that that document is valid, but it is a buffet. Because this card is issued by your government and for free. If you have a minute and you want to do this renewal earlier, it is also not sacrilegious. It is not wrong.
All right.
The Catholics say sacrilegious are those very big sins.
Yes,
So
yes.
there is no abnormal crime in it.
True.
But also, if you're waiting it out, please take your time. Let no one tell you you'll be locked out, you'll not receive services. Yes.
So meaning that now me as Sheila, I can walk to NIRA and tell them I want to renew, so they would not chase me because it's valid?
No, absolutely not. It's like having a meal. The bare minimum you need for what an ID to do for you is that it must satisfy you and allow you to access service.
Yes.
But if you choose to have a dessert, why not? We are spoiling you.
Let's talk about these children that we want to register.
Yes.
I, for one, I have a little girl that you've seen, 4 years, and I want to put her in the system. But I may not be in very, very good conduct with the dad, or I've not talked to the dad, and I want to do it. What takes me to go to NIRA, and when I reach there, they tell me, no, we need your the dad's document. But I am the mother. I am the one who pushed this little girl out of my tummy. So isn't that a problem? That is it a must that we should have a father's national ID to get these little ones registered?
Now, thank you very much for that question. I have an interesting way that I like to look at this issue. You see, in Africa and in Uganda, we are a very patriarchal community. We say, omwana wa musajja. You know, you've heard that song.
Yes.
Omwana wa musajja, omwana wa muchala. You've heard that song.
Yes.
So there is that thinking that the children are of the clan of the father.
Yes.
And that's what we believe. Maybe because also we are Christians and we are patriarchal.
Well,
and maybe that's what also Islam teaches.
Others
That's
do believe, but I don't think I would believe.
Yes,
that.
but this is what I want to say. The Constitution, and the lawyers who are watching us here will tell us that any traditions, any norms, and any beliefs of us as a people at cultural level or at lower level that are not in sync, in tandem with the Constitution, are null and void. And so I want to introduce you to a concept. What does the Constitution say? The Constitution says that a Ugandan is any person, and a Ugandan by birth now particularly, whose one parent or grandparent belongs to an indigenous community.
Yes, true.
But of course, you know, a citizen by birth can also be the one who was found abandoned in Uganda below 5 years.
Yes.
So even if they are white, like the whites we know, they would still be Ugandans provided they are abandoned and found below 5 years.
Yes.
But I hope you remember, so there's a group of our friends who came before 1962.
True.
Who also can be Ugandans by birth but not have a tribe.
Yes.
Yeah, but now that was a by the way. Now that said, the Constitution says one parent. It does not say whether father or mother. Because, dear viewer, you know it very well. Very many of our girls are raped.
Yes.
If you ask them today who is the father of the child, they don't
They
know.
don't know. Yeah,
But
true.
also, there are those baby daddies that you'll have a good time with, and before you know it, they have abandoned you.
Yeah,
They are inaccessible, unreachable, or unresponsive. Now, while you're parading this story of patriarchal, it is nice until it compromises the rights of your child. It's nice to throw that line until it's standing in the way of the rights of a child and the ability of that child to access services. So for us, in keeping with the law and in seeking to give every Ugandan, regardless of tribe, creed, or who you are, an opportunity to have a unique identity, we are saying to the extent that one parent
Is
of the
enough.
child, or a grandparent for that matter, because you people here, I know you deliver children,
We
you
throw
take them
them
to
to
your
the
mother,
Jaja.
to Jaja in the village, and you disappear in this city. And when Jaja calls, you don't even pick. We are saying you will
okay.
not stand in the way of children. To the extent that one of those, a blood relative, is there to affirm, document, witness, and declare this information as true about a child, we are so giving this child an identity.
Wow.
We will not wait for you, the father, to come around. We will not wait for the slave mama who has disappeared into the towns to come around. We will not wait for the fisherman who has disappeared who has gone to sea and has not returned to be
back.
the reason
Yes.
that someone is not identified. We have the best law. And I don't understand why there are people who are saying, for me, I can't because my baby dad is not here. But your mother has an ID. So vide your mother's citizenship, you are a citizen of this country, rightly so. Vide your grandmother, you are a citizen of this country, rightly so. Now, if we know that a proper identification is the reason you'll easily access a scholarship, is the reason you'll easily get medical insurance, is the reason you'll easily get a scholarship without any doubt or any disturbances, why are you holding up back today? Tembelea kituo and go to the nearest registration center and you get registered.
So all I need is my national ID. Do I walk in that office with my little girl?
Oh, yes. Just carry Coco with your ID in hand and go. What is important is make sure you vividly remember the date of birth.
Yes.
You vividly know the spelling of our names as you would like them to be. And then before that, you can fill the form. If you know the father's name, tell us his Sentongo Paulo. And then the child will now pick citizenship from you. That is okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, we're talking about national IDs, and of course, we're talking about how can we get registered. If your national ID has a problem, what do you do? Well, Claire, when I was doing my national ID, when it was coming out, my age, when you read my age, is not like the one I have. So they gave me the age that is not mine. So here I am, I want to renew my national ID, and they tell me, madam, affidavit is number one. You have to go to the papers. You tiwandiko in newspapers. You have to. These things are going to take a lot of money. What do I do in case I'm going to renew my ID and my age is just,
Okay.
What happens? Do I have to bring this affidavit? Do I have to go to a lawyer? Do I have to take my picture and my national ID in the papers? Do I have to look for my birth certificate? Because that's what they also said. You need your birth certificate. What happens to me?
Thank you very much for that beautiful question. In the Registration of Persons Act, among many others, one of the mandates of NIRA is to maintain a credible national identification register for this country. Why credible? Because NIRA is a foundational register upon which, once identified, must make it easier for you to access other services seamlessly. So ours is a foundational register, against which every other registration in NSSF, in the bank, must be built on. So it must be credible. And therefore that said that if you want to alter the information on your national ID, it will have a spiral effect on all other registrations that have happened elsewhere in this country. So the idea is that if you have an error on your national ID, we will fact check with the form you used to apply for that national ID. And just to tell the public, we save these forms permanently for posterity purposes and for reference in form of any unforeseen eventuality. But also we keep them because we have to archive. These are government documents. So we check on the form used to apply. If the mistake was occasioned by NIRA, error of entry, we are saying we will correct that error for free. And now at that point, Sheila, I want to interject something.
All right.
Our new system now has a secondary screen. Now, some of you go to the registration center and I see people chilling back and having a good time. They are not even looking. The essence why we put that screen
is look.
For you to look as I am typing things
Yes.
for you. You should be able to catch the error and say, that is wrong, that is wrong. It's not a screen for you to admire. It is a screen for you to see and help us to manage any form errors at the point of data capture. But that said, if the mistakes on your national ID were not occasioned by NIRA, the Registration of Persons Act and the relevant regulations thereof have given a detailed explanation of what must be done to warrant a change at different levels. And dear viewer, these requirements are available on nira.go.ug, change of particulars. Now, do not let a NIRA officer or any lawyer, so to say, in this country, purport to tell you these requirements in a way that confuses you more than it brings clarity. These requirements for each change you want to do that was not made by NIRA are well enlisted, from the changes from the requirements you need for change of name because of your marriage to Haji, having been a Christian, to the changes you need to make for your place of birth, to the changes you need to make for total name change. By the way, it is not illegal for me to stop being Olama Clay and I become Nakatude Joy. What is important is that I must follow a certain legal procedure.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So as we are doing this mass renewal, we are saying it is possible to change, either out of goodwill or to correct an error. You know, some people went and said I was born in Mengo out of excitement. Then when they went to Mengo, the record is not there. They were actually born in Chanamukaka.
Some of us, even when we were born, our hospitals were burnt. They are not there now. It's a road.
Yes.
And
so Chanamukaka, you could have made an error, no? But birth is an event. You cannot change. An event is an event. The road might have taken the hospital, but it doesn't take away that hospital existed.
Yes.
Yes. So we are saying that you will follow a due process and due diligence will be done. In some instances, there could be even a few investigations to prove beyond reasonable doubt that there is no hidden intent to obtain a second identity or to falsify. In this whole process, we are saying the process is a bit rigid for change and correction with a view of upholding integrity. But also we are very alive to the idea that some of you are using academic documents that are not yours. Some of you are moving with two identities in your village. You are Kawenja Charles, in Zombo, you are Okelo John. We are very aware about these things. So we will do due diligence, and we are saying changes are not in the local stations at parish. Any requirement for change on the national ID is lodged at the district office. And every district has got a NIRA office which you should apply and lodge such a request.
Before we go for a very short break, I wanted to ask, we go to line up to get these national IDs to renew the new national IDs, but we find a problem basically to our old people, the ones that are aged. They go and sit for 2 hours. Recently, my mom went to renew her national ID and she sat for 3 hours until I think one of the ladies saw and said, "But what is this old woman doing here? You come." And one of the particular persons I told her,
okay.
How do we go about that? Do these old people have a way that they will come and pass so that they get registered early and get back home, or they have to sit and wait in that line for 2 to 3 hours?
Thank you very much. I want to say we are crusaders, and this is the spirit of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. It is the spirit of NIRA, because NIRA falls under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. It is the spirit of the organization. And right from our strategy documents, we've been very clear that in this project, we gave a promise. And we've been having a very good relationship with all PWD crusaders of this country. We want to look at these people because of their unique special needs. And we are saying all our stations and our district offices are supposed to create a mechanism that caters for these people, including mothers of newborn babies, the Bawere, the ones who have just delivered. Please don't come with a baby who is 5 years and purport to say that's a baby.
No,
that's an adult, or a baby of 2 years who is on their feet. But the ones who are new, 1 month, 2 months, we are giving special attention. However, whereas we want to localize as much as we can, sometimes the means, we may not have the means to do that. And so where there are 3 kids, we might say 1 is for grandparents. But you see, the grandparents could be 50 on that day. So the understanding of equity on that day, horizontal and vertical, would be that whereas she's sitting, but at least she's on a specialized computer, she doesn't have to line up with able-bodied young men who are over 100
Like
on.
my producer here, Tyson and
Yes, on a queue. Yeah. But we are very committed to that, and at every station, that's what will happen. We are saying, be woke, voice these concerns. If in your district there is no arrangement to take care of people with disabilities, say a person who is limbless, doesn't have legs, is being made to queue together with people who have legs or who have limbs, please speak up. You can call us on our toll-free 0800 211 700, or you can send us an email on info@nira.go.ug. After the break, I'll come back with a WhatsApp number that you can use to send us a message. Let us speak up. Let's have this country operate in a mechanism that works for all of us, that is very sensitive to the needs of the marginalized people and the needy people, and together we will win. Yes.
Of course, you're still watching a one-on-one, and of course you are watching U24. My name is Sheila Kahunde, and of course we're here to talk about national IDs. We're going to take a very short break, and of course when we come back, we'll be talking about who can get a national ID.
Yes, yes.
And the corruption that is ongoing when people are registering. How do they overgo? How do we oversee that? All that is going to be happening, of course, with me and the beautiful Clear. For now, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking more about national ID.
You got us on your wallet.
Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Get your favorite health tips right here on U24. Maintain your kidney by drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water each day. This can be in form of soup, tea, water, cooked grains, and boiled vegetables.
My name is Erica Murunchi, and welcome to Be Inspired by Erica. So today I want to talk about personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is not just a habit, it is a way of life. By maintaining personal hygiene, you will reduce stress, improve on your focus, show respect for yourself and others around you, to the people around you. Take care of your space and your life. Keep your room tidy, wash your hands, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, brush your teeth, and many others. Take care of your space and your life. Brush your teeth, make your bed, bathe, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, and many others. Make cleanliness a habit. Personal hygiene should be a priority. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Stay blessed. Much love. Thanks for watching.
All right, welcome back from that short break. My name is Sheila Kahunda, and of course you're watching One-on-One, and today we're talking about national IDs. But also today, if you're coming to town, please come knowing that around Wandegea, Chadondo, that road is going to be closed because His Excellency, the President of Uganda, will be picking nomination forms today. And of course, he's going to stand as the President as he's going to come on the NRM ticket. So people are already lined up there. The Bugoma, people are clapping. Well, me, I'm going to be here waiting for him to pass, and at least I will wave and say, but he's going to be picking nomination letters. And of course, I'm still with the beautiful Claire. We're talking about national IDs. By the way, if Claire has explained and you have not gotten anything, Baba Simanyi Chakokoleda, because she is the only one in NIRA who can explain and you get the details. Claire.
Thank you. Yes.
Before we went for a short break,
yes,
I wanted to talk about the corruption in Kololo. These days, you go to Kololo to register. You will sit for 10 hours. If you don't sit for 10 hours, Kintu Kidogo has to work in, has to come in. Or if you don't, you have to have someone like Claire. I'll call you and say, Claire, but for 2 hours, please help me out. But there are people who have been coming to Kololo for the last 1 month. They have not even gotten nearer the process. One, either the forms are sold to them, those forms, either they will tell you, go and do a photocopy, or do you have some money to give me so that in Kuyisao? Some of them have worked for a year and they've not gotten a national ID, but they've been going to Kololo back and forth, back and forth. And they tell you that the corruption that is there is alarming. As the national ID is for the government, why are people supposed to pay for them to get a form? You pay for that form, you go and pay for a photocopy, and then you pay for someone to, okuyisawo kutwala mangu. Thank
you very much, Sheila. For me, as a person, and this is the spirit of the leadership of NIRA, right from ministry level to the management of NIRA, corruption is a thing we do not condone. Corruption, or to be non-integral, has a lot to do with the individual than the institutionalization of the people. Because from the word go, we have been saying that renewal of national ID is free. Because government has offered this service. There are two things I like to tell people. The minute the government says compulsory, then cost cannot arise. Compulsory and cost, do they go in the same sentence?
Those are two different.
Two different. The minute you say compulsory, then freeness comes around as a matter of essence. So, because it is compulsory for you to be identified, the process of initiating it must be free. So, the elements that continue to sabotage, I call that sabotaging a government program like this one, by outrightly choosing to charge it or earn from it from their own goal, is wrong. I want to empower the citizens and say two things. Do not encourage, do not allow corruption to flourish by allowing to pay for a free service that your government has paid for. If someone is asking you for money and you are at Kololo, honestly, you need to speak up. Do not allow to be gagged in the queue. Walk to the desk officer and tell them, I am being asked by so-and-so to give me money, and I refuse to do this because it is wrong. The office of the executive director is right there at Kololo. It is a public office. It is not a private office. Walk in and knock and say, I'm a citizen of this country. I came to renew my ID and someone wants to charge me. Okay.
The question will be, will you be able to see the executive?
You don't have to see her, but the office is manned by a secretary or anybody. But why must you go? Those officers on desk are NIRA officers. Take a video. Send it inbox on NIRA to NIRA on our social media handles, inboxers. Share with us this information, because we cannot fight corruption alone. We require your hand to hold our hand to do this. But if someone cheats you and you're unable to speak up, you are exacerbating the problem. Because your ability to speak up is the reason we get evidence to be able to uproot these elements. But when you complain and then you don't escalate your complaint by way of availing us or furnishing us with this information, we cannot. And dear viewer, we are all intelligence officers. It is like someone coming in and wants to betray their country by hosting a terrorist, and then you keep quiet when you know very well you saw the man come in with bombs. It's as bad as that. Someone wants to kill this government project. Someone wants to sabotage it. For me, I even call this, what is it? It's a very grave thing. Because you see, government has paid. and someone is saying pay for it, that's sacrilegious too. The other issue is, this is a public service. Dear Ugandans, there will be a line. There is no doubt
Like how
about
you
that.
go to hospital and you find a line.
There is no doubt there will be a queue. But I'm asking that we choose to be people of decorum. That when you come, understand what is the order of sitting and accept to follow that line. It will take your time, but it is very much worth it, because what services you can access with an ID are enormous. There is no words to explain that 2 hours of waiting in a queue are not comparable to the gains you will experience, to the service you will experience after you have a valid identification document. So let us be of decorum, let's queue up. Do not come off and say, Anjamutu walako muzu, like I have my 50K. I'll show up, I'll give him that cut 20K.
Yes,
so
true.
things are chap. Because sometimes in such a way you're encouraging it. So the law of corruption is clear. The giver and the receiver are both wrong. Do not initiate or suggest, and do not allow the NIRA officer to suggest to you. Where he has suggested to you, please be woke, speak up. But where you have suggested, we will also arrest you. Because you're the person who is giving life to this vice that can actually potentially sabotage an otherwise very beautiful government project that is well funded and well managed. Then corruption arising from forms.
Photocopy, if you cannot photocopy Empire Echebitano. We're talking about mostly these ladies that are inside there that are selling either sweets, hankies, masks. They have a problem because they will tell you, they photocopy from there. You take 500 and photocopy.
So there are two
give me
things.
500, I photocopy for you. At these forms, I thought these forms are supposed to be
Okay,
for
honesty
free.
is a very good thing. And for me, I go by the Bible verse. Every NIRA station has got forms. Form 3 is readily available at the station. You wake up, go with the requirements. For renewal, carry your old ID. If you've lost it, a police report, and sit. When you are in the queue, they will give you a form. But if you're in a hurry and you don't want to go through the hula baloo of filling the form while at Kololo, you can go to the NIRA website and download that form at your own convenience. Print it out and fill it. Now, that freedom of you printing out does not mean that after printing, you sell to a fellow Ugandan at an exorbitant price with the view of making a kill for it. For me, I think that is selfishness as fellow Ugandans. You have an internet cafe, the form is on the website, and for you, you begin alarming people. For me, I think part of the problem is in us. You want for yourself. So you know they're on the website, you download and you forcefully sell to people while creating an ambience that if they go to NIRA, these forms are not there. So the availability on the website is for self-service. Self-service. But if you cannot download and print, don't fall for the pitfall of someone making you feel like because you have not done that, you will not find a form at the NIRA station. Yes.
Let's talk about the online registration. Sometimes the online registration is a bit freak. It's a bit the network is a bit fishy on and off. Recently, when we're here trying to renew the national IDs, Claire, I got a challenge in that online registration. Either the network would go off, or as you're trying to scroll up, somehow, somewhere.
But I want to say one thing, Sheila. Is it true that you don't know that there are system downturns?
Of course, the systems are there. But in this case that now we are on 2 registration of the national ID, don't you think that the system should a little bit be fast?
That system...
For some people out there, because some of us we prefer to do online than to work in NIRA.
Agreed. This system, our ICT teams work tirelessly, like clockwork, to make sure that everything is seamless. But we live in a country where even the internet service provider will tell you that the bandwidth has got a hiccup.
It has a limit.
It has a hiccup as well. You know, there's a day, even we could not access social media because they said in South Africa, the earth cables are broken.
Yes.
So not to give a lame excuses or not to appear as if I'm being defensive, but system downtowns are there, but glitches. But we are always working to make sure that even when they happen, they are resolved in the shortest time possible. I want to encourage people, pre-register is an amazing tool. An amazing tool whereby if I tell you that if you go to a place where people have pre-registered, it means that the only thing we have to do is biometric capture. So pre-registered people someone has the ability to even serve 120 people in a day on one kit. Why? Because the typing work has been done. All they are doing is capturing your biometrics, verifying and locking in a register. But when you don't pre-register, we spend a little more time because we start the process from scratch. But because of our reality as a country, because of the internet penetration, which we know so well from this country, because the Ministry of ICT will tell you internet is not everywhere, we are saying it is okay. If you've not done that, come as you are. In Kabong, in Amudat, in Zombo, in Jangukur, where I come from, in my village. Some places don't have. Even here where I sit in Kalagala, there's even no electricity. So this is our trip. We are saying those of you who have access to these computers, you go and open that PC, you go to bed, you go to date, you go to see TikTok videos. As you do that, spare 3 minutes and, key in this thing chap and pre-register. That reference will come and walk in and save the time you spend at a station. But when you're unable, don't be fooled, don't be gagged that without it we won't serve you. Come as you are. And don't allow that internet cafe guy in your neighborhood
to fill in for you.
First of all, he might fill in for you and type your name wrongly. He will fill in wrongly. That is a problem. But above all, he's going to charge you an arm and a leg, claiming that if you don't this need, I will not serve you. Please don't allow. Those are third-party people. If you go there on your own, it is your legs that have carried you there. We open that portal for people who are able to self-serve. We did not open that portal for people to make an arm and a leg and rob you like your life depends on it. So the gains are enormous from pre-register, but we are cognizant that literacy, technology, reach of internet is also limited in a way. We are also saying we will serve both categories of people without any reservation.
Let's talk about the express IDs. Some people say that those you can get an express ID or you cannot. You can wait for a week. There are those ones that say, you want an ID, a chap, quick one? Okay, pay this amount of money, you get your express ID. And then if you want it, you take your time. It will come out in a month or 2 weeks, perhaps.
Thank you very much.
What's the way forward?
When we created the window for those fees, we are futuristic. Sometimes when you're making legislation, you don't make legislation for today. You make legislation because of what is currently needed or what you anticipate to happen. So we are aware that sometimes your ID could be lost and you have a life-threatening situation.
Yes.
So you might need an ID chap. So you might want to ask for express. So when we put those fees for express, we are cognizant there were such needs for people who could not wait for a standard time. In others, there's no one glove fits it all. But as this project stands now, we've not rolled out that express module now.
Oh, really?
Now, in this current situation we are, we've not yet gone live with people being able to pay for it. For now, we are saying apply in general and come as you are. But as time goes on, we will let you know when the express option has started to work.
And shall we have a fee of that, on that?
Yeah, definitely. When that fee goes out and we're able to do express, we shall eventually charge for it. Okay. So further fee gazetted is 300,000, although it has not taken action. So don't be robbed in the now, that if you pay 10K, 20K, system will work quickly, it will do things chap. It is a lie. When that goes on, we will tell you, and the fee will be 300, but for now, it is not yet there.
All right, you're watching U24. My name is Sheila Kahonde, and of course, we're talking about national IDs. I'm with the beautiful Claire, and my call is still, Claire has explained. Then honestly, please don't call me because I do not have anything to do for you, because she has explained detail by details, name by name. Hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. But you can follow this conversation on our YouTube channel, which is at U24 Television. Hashtag on X is at U24UG. Well, let's talk about Banzadi ndi Munyarwanda oba ndi Muna Kenya. Banzadi I was about to talk my tribe.
So thank you very much.
What happens if, let's say, like I want a national ID, but I was born from here, but I'm born from here. Or I came from the other country, I came and settled here.
So this is what I want to say. I explained citizenship by birth. But the Constitution of Uganda recognizes more than citizenship by birth. There are other types of citizenship. Yes. And I think if you've been viewing, you already understand citizenship by birth. But we have other types of citizenship like dual citizenship, where you can also be a Ugandan but also hold the citizenship of another country. It is also true that you can naturalize as a Ugandan. Migration is part of life. If you've studied history, you know the Ngoni migration. Me, I am from Zombo. And so Gipiri and Labongo came from Sudan. We came, they separated at Pakwach. Current day, Aluru people current day Acholi people.
Yes.
Migration is part of life. Yes, Hamites, Nilo Hamites, we all came from somewhere, and that's where we are today. So we are aware that there are people who have come to Uganda, settled here for long, and therefore do not have the ability to go back or are not interested in ever going backwards, but they are here. Those people can naturalize themselves and become Ugandan. All they have to do is to go to the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control and lodge a request and say, you know, I've been here for 20 years. Well, the circumstances under which I came are not very clear. In see later, I like to think about it in see later. Oba nali neyiya, oba nali nafuna omulungi nandeta naye the papers were not good. Whatever reason it is, you have lived here for 20 years, maybe married and everything, you can naturalize. But also, if you've been here doing business with us for a long time, you've been on permits that have been permitting you to live legally here, or you're married to a very beautiful or handsome Ugandan and maybe vide your marriage, you've been on a dependency visa and you've made 10 years. You can also progress to apply for citizenship by registration.
Yes.
Okay? And then you can also stay here. So we are saying the people we are registering this exercise are Ugandans. So we don't care whether you're Ugandan by birth, whether you're Ugandan by naturalization, registration, or dual. For the other types of citizenship, as long as the Directorate of Citizenship and Migration Control has given you a certificate that makes you a Ugandan, that certificate is all we need to give you a national ID. It is the citizens by birth, the adult ones, who will bring a parent or blood relative ID alongside the letter from the LC and GISO, adult Ugandans. Baby Ugandans, the ID of your parent that shows they are already Ugandan, so you're taking after them. And Sheila, if you may permit me,
Yes.
this message, I want to also translate it to Swahili, because the main people that come to Uganda and are naturalizing here have either come from Congo, have come from Sudan or neighboring, or one, and they speak some Kiswahili.
Yes.
Tuko na wale watu ambao wamekuja kwa Uganda kutoka sangini Kenya, ama Tanzania, ama Rwanda. Wengine wamekuja kufanya biashara, wengine wameolewa hapa, so umepata bwana na Mganda ama bibi ni Mganda na muolewa na mlirudi pamoja kwa Uganda. Saa nyingine walikuwa wajeshi wameenda Kongo au wameenda Kenya, nafasi mbalimbali, na sasa umeishi kwa Uganda kumaliza zaidi yake mwaka 20. Tunasemaje? Kusajiliwa mwenye inaenda mbele hii kwa parish level, kwa parokia, ni ya wale ambao wameshapata kiketi ya kuonyesha ati ni watu wa Uganda. Na sasa kama umeolewa hapo, uko na watoto, umezaa, umeishi hapa zaidi ya mwaka 20, tunasemaje? Kwanza usiende kusajiliwa sasa mtu mwenye ako Mganda mwenye amezaliwa hapa, ambao wako na lugha ya Uganda mwenye anaingia ndani yake. Tunasema enda kwa immigration, uulize kiketi mwenye taonesha tumesha naturalize sasa Mganda na umeishi hapa mwaka 20, ama nimechukua bwana kutoka kwa Uganda, tumesha wed na sasa niko na certificate ya registration ama naturalization. Ukiona wale wanenda mwenye wanasajiliwa watu kwa parokia, usiende, usichukue ID ya Mganda tu, at huyo mama mkubwa amenisaidia na ID yake na sasa nataka kujifanyisha na munisajilie. Hiyo sio exercise yako. Ni kwanza uende kwa immigration na upate ile certificate, ukuwe Mganda juu ya certificate hiyo, uulize, na badala ya kupata hiyo kiketi kutoka kwa immigration tutakusajiliwa. I also want to speak to the people that speak Nubian, Juba Arabic, because Sudan is giving us a lot of people because they are coming here as refugees or assimilating.
More that we have.
Asa naji wants manasa talami in Sudan. Asa ito kumgigen fi Uganda ini, ito mja asan yel jafi medresa, wadin jafi skulu, au ito kumkun refugee algagen fi camp barao inak fi Kiriadongo au mafi Yumbe. Katifta national ID alfugurwa gidamde matakum data Ugandan mata so makosa ita biligo mushkila tasaki kedaita ligo citizenship awel ya weta bijafi nira fi katifu lain ita kan mendu certificate alkutu ita Ugandan mata jafi registration debi jib leta mushkila uo kaman ita biligo kalamat malian. Shukran letakum de katifta Ugandan matakum altala min Sudan ita kan fi refugee ma bikun Ugandan Once a refugee, always a refugee.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. I told you people that this lady today that I have, she's going to teach me everything. Swahili, Nubian, Sudanese, Semani, but I'm going to come off air when I have learned. As we conclude,
Yes.
as you look into that camera, what would be your last remarks to the Ugandans that are watching you right now?
My dear citizens, beyond every divisions that we have, we might not agree on many things. But one thing we agree on is that this is our country. This is our country, and this country must work for all of us. One of the easiest way to make this country work for us, regardless of your political party, regardless of your religious affiliation, the one thing that is going to affirm you in documentation as a Ugandan is your national ID. It's the first document that makes all of us one. That whether you're brown, red, green, whatever tribe you're speaking, whatever your dialect is, it is a national ID. So first of all, it's a document of pride that makes you stand out. 2, do not hold back by embracing this exercise, because every time you come and identify yourself, you tell the government, here I am, see me, know me. And now when the government knows us and understands who we are individually, and we are able to record our different disabilities in that system, because we'll ask you whether you're lame or not, the planning system of this country will improve. The service delivery will improve. You know, the way we access services will improve in a way that does not compromise the security of another. You can imagine today you go to a factory, someone steals the papers of Nasanga Sarah and begins to work as Nasanga Sarah. He is gaining from your hard work. Let us now choose to embrace an identity that makes us unique in a particular way that cannot be replicated in any way. That can only be done by NIN. Our names could be the same, but you cannot share a NIN with another person. So as we enjoy our country, let's step out in big numbers, be identified, be uniquely known by way of a NIN, and then seamlessly access services in a way that does not allow fraud, manipulation, or being abused. Thank you very much for having me, Sheila. It's been a pleasure.
Much. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this show. Just in case you're coming to town, please carry a jacket because the weather is misbehaving. I don't know about my home area, Chalwaja, because we never get rain.
You need to come to Bukunja. You don't come to Bukunja.
Yeah, I'm going to pass by. I know those people there.
That's a joke. Don't worry. That's a stereotype.
I know. Thank you so much for being part of this show. We'll do this. We'll keep on bringing Claire to explain more about the national ID and the whole process that is going on. And perhaps when we have her, she will also tell us when you people that have renewed, when should you get your national IDs. We'll have her back and she will be explaining all that. But thank you so much for being part of this show. You can still watch it on our YouTube channel, which is at U24 Television. Even the conversation will still continue. Hashtag U24 Television on X. Thank you so much. God bless you. And please make sure that when you're coming to town, be aware that His Excellency Muzei is picking nomination forms as he will be nominated as a candidate to stand for presidents 2025-2026, and we'll be voting next year. So the vote is in your hands. But for now, thank you, and please be safe. Remember, tomorrow is a Sunday, and also to go and praise the Lord. Go to church. Let's go and pray. Thank you so much. May God bless your day.
Thank you.
You daughters and your rolling.
Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Get your favorite health tips right here on U24. Maintain your kidney by drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water each day. This can be in form of soup, tea, water, cooked grains, and boiled vegetables.
Hello, my name is Erica Murunchi and welcome to Be Inspired by Erica. So today I want to talk about personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is not just a habit, it is a way of life. By maintaining personal hygiene, you will reduce stress, improve on your focus, show respect for yourself and others around you, to the people around you. Take care of your space and your life. Keep your room tidy, wash your hands, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, brush your teeth, and many others. Take care of your space and your life. Brush your teeth, make your bed, bathe, cut your fingernails, comb your hair, and many others. Make cleanliness a habit.
Minecraft trailer, take 2.
I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines, but something always got in the way.
Go on! Get out of here!
But the call of the mines was too strong. So one day, I started digging and digging until I found this. A wonderland where anything you can imagine is possible. As long as what you imagine can be built out of blocks.
Got a boy?
Where are we?
Wait, who are you again?
Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Gamer of the Year 1989. Whatever.
And action.
Available December 11th.
Zach is Riley's comedy director. Shane can make anything thrilling, and our nightmare director, Gigi, is terrifying.
Yes, my name is Zenny, spelt as you'd imagine, X-E-N-I. I'm a professional daydream maker. Oh, the wind is your music.
Sorry, but we have an actual dream to make.
Exclusively on Disney+.
We need more hits. Okay, crew, let's get to work.
Would you ask me to the dance, Riley?
Yeah! Dream team! Yeah, shake it!
Stop being horrible. The magic is starting.
Disney and Pixar's Dream Productions, a 4-episode limited series, available December 11th.
If tonight's dream isn't the most artful dream Riley has ever had, you will be demoted to brain farts.
That was the chair.
Only on Disney+.
So, whistle while you work.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
I'm here to announce some big news. Are you ready? Gazelle is returning to Zootopia too. That's right, Gazelle is back and she's got a new look, a new song, and of course, new dance moves. Just wait until you see what she and her tiger dancers have been working on. I know you're going to love it. That's all I can share for now. But I look forward to seeing you all on my tour next year, and I'll see you at the movies next November.
Try everything.
But that person who did those things, that's still me. Now that's who I fight. Every hour, every day. I don't always win.
How much would you risk? How hard would you fight? How many lives would you give? Just to discover what you're capable of.
Every moment leads to the next. Every cause and every effect that's impossible. Doesn't matter what I made you for. This is what you are meant for.
All that danger, all those moments, beauty, and even all those painful deaths. It's a new adventure.